Hello, James Vincent, Salon Ministries, Sunday morning. Hey, I was laying in bed this morning and I had a visitation by a cardinal. I looked up in my window and this cardinal was just staring at me and I just stared back at it and anyway flew away. And you know, there's always significance when birds visit you. If you ever look it up on the internet. So if you look up whatever bird had came around or visited you or whatever, and there's all kind of folklore and everything else about what it means when you're visited by certain birds. So the cardinal meant renewal, redemption, transformation, new beginnings. I thought, okay. And somehow then that just stuck in my mind for the next hour or so, and I started thinking about God. I started thinking about this is what He does, right? He renews, He transforms. He's always in a state of renewing you. And so I started thinking that how that plays out, how that works in every part of your life, and how almost like that's who God is. God's always wanting to renew you. Yeah. So I'm thinking about Jonathan Cahn in his books, The Harbinger, and all his other books, and how he connects the dots with Israel through the centuries, through the millennia, and what happens if you know any of his books. Israel, he connects it with what happens today and in Israel and what happened through the years. And it's always the same scenario. It's actually the same date, same time, same place, same exact thing happens again over and over. It keeps happening over and over through the centuries, through millennia. God always wanting to renew, restore Israel, like He did in the Old Testament. And Israel all the time doesn't get it, and that's a whole nother story too. But this is how it plays out. So then I'm thinking about Groundhog Day. And in our lives, how that happens, right? What happens at Groundhog Day? The guy keeps going over the same thing over and over and over. He doesn't get it. He never seems to get it. And then until one day he finally gets it and he understands he has to change. And then he starts to love people and be nice to people. And then that's renewal. Again, renewal, rebirth. He finally gets it. He finally starts to change and then things change. So God's always in that business. He's in the business of constant renewal and change. And I started thinking about an old Star Trek movie with when Spock got shot out into another world, and he landed on this planet, and he was almost like the new Adam, and he was gonna be renewed. He was gonna be born over. He was having rebirth, right? If you remember that Star Trek movie. So again, what's the deal here? What's the constant here? The constant is this is who God is. He always wants new beginnings. He wants renewal. He wants transformation. He wants people to be born again, right? And that term gets thrown around all over the place, but again, same thing, born again, new, transformed. We get stuck, right? How many times in our life do we get stuck in the same situations, right? And we could live in them situations for years and years and years, right? And God's always trying to bring us out. What's he trying to do? He's trying to restore us. He's trying to renew us. He's trying to give us new life, right? But we get stuck like Israel, and we keep repeating the same problems over and over. If you're an alcoholic or whatever, right? You keep doing the same thing. If you're a drug addict, if you're a sex addict, if whatever you are, you keep repeating the same thing over and over, like Groundhog Day, until you finally give up and go, well, God, I can't do it anymore. I need your strength. I need what? Renewed, transformed, new beginnings. I don't know how else to make that sound. It seemed like a revelation to me because when I think, people always think, who is God? What is God? What's He about? It's real simple. I guess in a nutshell, He's about renewal. He's about having new beginnings. He wants you to continue to move forward, continue to expand, continue to be all who you've been created to be. Um, all the way to the end, right? I mean, the Bible says the whole world's in agony, basically, wanting to be renewed, waiting for its redemption, right? Everything wants to be redeemed, and everything could be at least in a process of redemption. You know, once you get new life, then you're really in the process of being renewed for the rest of your life, all the way till you get to the other side. And what happens on the other side? Oh, let's see what happens on the other side. Oh, you get totally renewed. You get a new body, a new everything. Everything's new again, right? The old things have passed away. Everything's become new. And what that means, and you're in another dimension, I don't know all the rest of it, what that means. But what I know this, it's a constant state from the day you're born to the day you enter heaven. You're in a state of renewal, transformation. How far you go, how much you go along with that, that's up to you. You know, and then on the other side is the devil, right? He's doing just the opposite. Steal, kill, destroy, right? He's trying to do, he don't want you to be renewed. He don't want you to be transformed. But on the other hand, God uses evil, right? He uses evil to help you what? Get transformed. So evil has a purpose too. Purpose is to kick your butt till you get to a point where you go, okay, I give up. And then you can get back into the process of renewal and transformation. And every day is like that. Every day you wake up, you got to say, God, I'm ready. I'm going to move forward. I want to, I want to be in a place of renewal. You know, even the Bible, right? What happens after you get saved, after you get into the process? The washing of the word to renew your what? Your mind. Renewal. 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 I don't know. That was kind of revelation to me this morning. I never thought of it in that context to that degree. From the Harbinger, Jonathan Cahn, all the way to redemption in heaven. Everything's crying out. Everybody wants redeemed. But here's the deal. You can't get in the process now. You don't have to wait till the end, yeah? You can get in the process now. And that's just who God is in a nutshell. Renewal, transformation, redemption, even movies. You think of movies, even like, Groundhog's Day, Men of Honor, whatever it might be. Every really good movie is a redemption story. In the end, that somebody gets fixed, some kind of justice is served, somebody rose above their circumstances to be a new person, right? It's so everything is about redemption, and everything's in a redemptive state. And when you get that, you understand that it's probably going to be better for you, because then at least you get to understand why the world is the way it is, and what needs to be done. And then finally, at some point, right, Jesus is going to come back. He's going to renew Israel. Israel is going to be saved in a day, basically. Israel's finally going to get it. Israel's finally going to get its redemption. Redemption, renewal, transformation, rebirth. That's who God is. Anyway, I just thought I'd put that out there. James Vincent. See ya.